saya akan provide satu room atau breakout room, you boleh brainstorm. Berbual lah dalam brainstorm tu. And then the CEO akan, okay, dah. Cik Nurul punya, punya apa tu? Mouse dia. So, if you want to brainstorm after class, just as a group, brainstorm after class, you can do that, or you can brainstorm on your own as whenever you want, terpulang. Usually it's good that the researcher is there together. Okay, next half an hour kita brainstorm quickly apa Cik Zaki ajar ni. And then habis cerita, dah habis kerja dah. Of course, sometimes the CEO tak habis lagi, habiskan kerja lah, and then upload within that 1 week. Kalau you tak upload within 1 week, 3 kali buat macam gitu, kena dapat email lah, bukan? So make sure you submit within that 1 week lah of the assignment. Okay? Ada lagi nak bertanya? I think that's it. Just a bit, some overview, a bit of brainstorming, and a bit of how we're going to conduct the class, a bit of orientation, macam mana nak orientate yourself for this program, and there will be a lot to cover for sure. I always say that there will be a lot to cover sampai you muntah. Only then you pass through that gestation period, dah dikali matang matang kan. Okay, kalau tak ada lagi, itu saja daripada saya. Thank you very much. I'm so happy that you all can make it and be part of this program. InsyaAllah kita buat yang terbaik lah. Okay, Assalamualaikum. Okay, ada makanan? Ada makanan? Ada. Okay, alhamdulillah. Lunch. And that's a good thing about physical class, kita makan. WhatsApp group. Okay. Yes. Okay. So nanti kita ada satu WhatsApp group, cohort 3. Everybody will join that cohort group, including CEO and researchers, anybody lah within your group. And any emergency messages we will pass through that. But most of the time the conversation will go through this. Dalam kat sini ada here. Mana ni? Ni. Selalunya saya message kat sini saja. So for example, channels, saya discuss kat sini saja. Mana admin? Admin punya site. Available cohort. Tak ada. So nanti kita create WhatsApp group lah. But at the same time, most of the conversation saya dengan the groups, dekat Academician Startup, dia macam ada Discord, ada WhatsApp channel lah, ada WhatsApp group dalam Academician Startup itself. But for the WhatsApp group nanti kita invite you all lah also. Alright, thank you very much. Beginning to discover that pain points, it's easier to identify the pain points through the existing alternative that they have, rather than you secara rambang think the pain point is something else. Because sama juga macam kita beli barang, beli servis in order to solve our problem. Actually our problem is already solved. Kenapa thinking about food? Katakan nak beli makanan, Grab. Okay? Malah nak pergi kedai restoran, kita Grab je lah. Right. And using Grab service untuk beli makanan has already solved our problem. Whatever your customer have you now, the problem is solved. But the question is, kaedah yang digunakan sekarang timbul masalah lain tak? And that masalah severe enough ke tidak for you to provide that alternative? That's it. Itu je. And we have to find which target market has a very severe kaedah yang timbul daripada kegunaan yang digunakan sekarang. Okay? Because even Amelia, Cik Fazli cakap pain point kat sini. Tapi existing alternative pun ada masalah dia sendiri. Kenapa benda existing alternative tak bawa ke atas? That's the idea. That is where it's already beginning to see the cracks of your thinking, which is fine, tak apa. Meaning that andaian you dah mula salah dah. andaian dah mula salah. And of course, that is also still andaian. Even which you gonna say, okay, existing alasan ni, tapi pakai existing alasan dia ada masalah dia. Okay, letak kat atas ni. Alright, even that is also andaian. We might be wrong. We do not know. Right? We do not know. So, first thing, very important. Your current customers, they have already solved their problem. Is this just a matter of apa existing alternatif atau kaedah yang digunakan sekarang ada masalah lain tak yang dia orang hadapi that your solution will solve that. Okay? And that is what we need to discover. And of course we will do series of tests, desktop study, the desirability test to understand the severity of it, and only then to, I don't have another graph, which I'll show you, and this is going to flip your head a bit. All right, let's go to next group. I think go you, Mr. CEO. What is your customer segment? Who is your, and what is the pain point? What is the existing alternative?
So my customer segment is the industry own the wastewater treatment plant,
like PUAS and all that. Sorry, Indah Water.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
And then local governments,
Mm-hmm.
and then regulator,
Mm-hmm.
policy maker,
Mm-hmm.
and also other researcher.
Okay.
So for the pain point of the customer is we can divide it into three main points.
Mhm.
Is the time, material cost, and human resources.
Mhm.
So the time is the response and the mitigation. Actually, they use a lot of time,
Okay.
and then they also use chemical for some of the analysis. And then the manpower, they need the manpower. They have a lot of wastewater treatment plant, and
Okay.
going to be a lot
Right.
of manpower.
Anything else?
For operations. And then the existing alternative is the wastewater treatment plant has problem. Then the physical presence of the operator has to be there for physical observation, for example, the smell and the color. And then in the same time, they also need to do the sampling.
No. You're not answering the existing alternative punya box. Sorry, the pain point just now was that, what was number one?
Time consuming.
Time consuming,
The analysis.
right? And you're saying that the existing alternative, time consuming and manpower and so forth lah, to detect toxicity of water or air yang rosak kan, all that, right? And in order to overcome or to reach that matlamat, which is to bersihkan air, kaedah sekarang digunakan apa cara dia?
I think they need to shut down the plant.
Okay.
And then clean the whole plant.
So, and cleaning the whole plant, cara apa cleaning the whole plant in order to solve that problem, in order to reach that matlamat tu? Do they use chemical? Do they use, I don't know, another material in order to solve it? Or dia orang bercangkul? I don't know, what do they do? What do they do in order to solve the problem?
We do troubleshooting, like we use chemical just for the troubleshooting lah. Because
Right.
kalau domestic wastewater, they cannot use any chemical.
Betul.
We depends on the biological treatment.
Like enzyme?
Yeah. So chemical hanya digunakan if you ada some issues with the laundry lah. So you have to do the troubleshooting by using the chemical.
Right.
Otherwise, you have to use this. It depends on the microbiological process.
Betul. And of course, you have to understand what is the toxic in order, and then you will find apa kaedah, maybe enzyme, maybe letak arang je, I don't know what, and in order to solve, you have multiple existing alternative lah. But what is important is that you might have several lists of kaedah yang digunakan untuk to reach the objective. Betul? Betul kan? It could be bersihkan cara ni, bersihkan cara ni, right? And so forth, right?
There's a
Yeah.
misunderstanding.
Okay, what is it?
We are doing monitoring of the wastewater, not
I see.
cleaning the wastewater.
Okay. So,
That's
right.
why I wanted to mention sampling to check on the wastewater quality. So that is a pain point for us also, because you apply the wastewater, you have to go to the site, you have to take the sample, go to the lab and test the
Right.
quality.
Right.
So with this innovation or the solution, we can reduce the cost to go to the site.
Right.
Because we can
Right.
only depends on the online monitoring of
I see.
real-time data.
All right. Okay. So it is not about water that has gone bad. It's before water gone bad. That's what you say.
We want to know if the water gone bad or not. Yeah. So in normal way, I said.
Okay. Sorry. So you will say that you want to know whether the water has gone bad. In order to know whether the alternative to water gone bad is just either you rasa air tu water gone bad or look at the water, right? So meaning that visual is one alternative, aku makan minum air tu is another alternative, betul? So this is what you need to list lah. So this is where I was groping in the dark trying to find what is your existing alternative in order to understand actually yalah, what is the solution that you're providing, right? Until you mention it. Yeah, I have said. So that is important to understand because you see, you must also understand the difficulty in articulating will leave just like now. You're doing a demo day, you're investing, you are pitching to investor. Kalau you bagi ruang untuk investor to bertanya what is your solution, lagi dia tak nak invest. You know what I mean? Betul tak? So meaning that you have to be very precise and be able to articulate until I have no question to ask because I understand. Right? On the other hand, if you are unable to do that, then it gives me questions that, okay, what is the solution about? I go here, I go there in my head trying to understand it better, right? And please also be aware that 95% of you or 95% of what you assume are wrong. Because I already proven 2-3 orang already that your pain point that you assume here is not the same as the pain point what you said that the existing alternative is. Right? So which is fine. The idea is that you fail in your assumption quickly before you open a company rather than fail later. And this is the best part. You will validate a lot of assumptions and you know that 90% of your assumption will be wrong. And I already proven it to you. Apa nikah lagi kalau you berjumpa depan customer and do problem interview. Okay, Cik Faizal. Customer segment.
Kita punya patients mostly dalam language disability lah.
Language disability.
Kita punya customer participant lah, patient, family, pihak hospital, NGOs.
Those yang membayar lah most likely. Okay.
Sekarang ni masalah lack of resource lah. Sekarang kita akan kurang masa daripada Turki, kurang slot hospital, kurang
Resource, kurang masa, kurang appointment nak book dekat hospital.
mostly dalam untuk patient sendiri lah, kurang
Motivasi ya. Apa kaedah yang digunakan sekarang in order to you see, bukan kaedah yang digunakan sekarang untuk menyelesaikan pain point tau. Kaedah yang digunakan sekarang untuk mencapai matlamat dia atau desired outcome. Cornea punya problem, dia nak penghilatan, nak tengok visual, nak tengok balik. Untuk speech impairment, nak bercakap balik. Itu matlamat dia. Bukan apa kaedah sekarang untuk menyelesaikan pain point. Apa kaedah, because there's a customer journey, nanti we talk about customer journey a lot. What is the customer journey until the matlamat atau desired outcome is reached? Apa yang kaedah yang digunakan untuk itu. So for let's say untuk speech impairment, in order to the matlamat is ialah to have a good speech atau to talk normally. Itu matlamat dia. Apa kaedah yang digunakan sekarang untuk capai matlamat tu?
latihan daripada speech therapy sendiri
Mhm.
yang mana yang kurang speech therapy.
Mhm.
Tentang alternatif dia kebanyakan bahan bacaan lah daripada boleh praktis di rumah, boleh buku tarika ataupun read online yang news.
So one of it speech therapist, the other one dia buat sendiri, baca sendiri, the other one maybe pakai YouTube, online lah semua. Okay, and I'm sure no need for you to tell, daripada kaedah-kaedah yang digunakan sekarang tu ada masalah-masalah tersendiri lah. Masalah yang tersendiri tu yang you cakap, dia pakai online YouTube, dia pakai speech therapist, dia belajar sendiri, ni ada masalah sendiri ni kan, sepatutnya letak di atas ni. Sebab apa yang you cakap di atas ni tadi, slot penuh lah hospital, yang tak cukup, nak cari appointment, tak kena ni. You see?
Jadi maksudnya pain point tu bukanlah general.
Exactly.
Dia kena exactly kenapa kita buat.
Yes. Now, the pain point can come up with apa existing alternative kaedah itu, direct pain point, atau the whole customer journey tu ada pain point dia tersendiri. The whole customer journey, for example, what is the whole customer journey untuk speech impairment? Aku kena buka YouTube, aku kena belajar kat YouTube sendiri, and then I have to summarize, I have to practice, barulah speech impairment tu kurang. Ada 3 step ni, 4 step ni. That is overall journey. Apa masalah overall journey? It could be that watch YouTube by itself pun ada masalah dia tersendiri. Faham Ada boleh jadi 2 kategori masalah lah in existing alternative. We do not know which one is the most severe one. Whatever it is, here, whether it's the overall journey atau the direct masalah from existing alternative tu, is what you should put here. Okay, bukan secara rambangnya, staff penat kerja, tak cukup. Maybe, I don't know. But if it's true, the kaedah guning the current IoT device ke, current way of checking, monitoring, menyusahkan staff is the existing alternative problem, then betul lah kat sini. Okay? That is already a mindset shift that you need to have as you go about in doing your validation nanti. Okay, next group.
So for group, customer segment, we focus for construction material distributor and also developer, the green building project, and also the contractor and also homeowner, directly of the homeowner. So the problem is mostly synthetic material. It's more costly, lack of function and height, weight. So the existing alternative in industry, we can see have insulted sandwich panel that use steel with core.
I see. Okay. Oh, by the way, some people might fikir jenama, for example, apa, Firdaus Rusdi. Cik Rusdi kata material lah kan sebagai existing alternative. You could say jenama of that material, boleh juga kan, and using that particular jenama or ABC jenama ke, ICI jenama ke, so do that lah. Again, like I said, in doing that, there might be some pain point of that using alternative. Okay, terima kasih Cik Rusdi. Next person, Haziq Betul? Okay.
So the product is one interface, the early detection for lung cancer. So the customer, government or private student, and the users are the oncologists and patients if they wanted to see they have lung cancer. And the pain points, the existing solution are too expensive.
Okay.
So like if you see from the existing market, they have the CT scan. Okay, so CT scan using X-ray. So you all know that CT scan usually expensive, even in the government, even the private. If you see the another color market, which is ctDNA, using blood test, almost similar, but still they still too expensive.
Okay. All right. That is the existing alternative lah. Okay. All right. Ini yang apa solution yang the AI solution yang determine the what do you call it? Not the material, the compound pula, bukan compound apa?
Chemical properties.
The chemical properties, right? That contribute to lung cancer, kan? Okay, all right. Thank you. Next person. Siapa? CEO. Okay.
Okay, so the product is Alpha 2.0, and then the customer segment for user is, for the customer is our target. The customer is a pharmaceutical company, cosmetic company, also industrial grades company. And then the user is woman, fashion, because the product is can be used for the cosmetic, like lotion,
Okay. Right.
perfume. So the user will be a woman.
Okay. All right.
And then for the existing alternative, actually the chemicals is actually we extracted from the plants.
Okay.
The compound actually right now is they are extracted from plants. So right now we are using a micro.
Okay. Ini okay. It will be interesting to hear. Okay.
Okay, jadi the pain point here is the actually the microbial source lah, and then also the process and cost, because actually the cost for the extraction from plant is the higher cost compared to the microbial.
Okay. Sekejap. You are talking existing alternative dengan pinpoint dari segi perspektif researcher ke customer?
As a process, you punya process of the production of the
Customer ladies, they don't care how the process is done. Betul? Okay. Ni customer ni. You mention ladies pakai makeup ni.
the
Whatever.
customer is the pharmaceutical company.
Okay.
The user is the
The user is ladies. Pharmaceutical company is the yang membeli.
pharmaceutical companies that will
Buy your product.
buy that product.
Right.
Because the formulation will be conducted.
I see. So the existing alternative of the manufacturing companies are the plants, biomaterial, whatever. And of course, pinpoint is mahal, whatever lah, and so forth, right?
This one is more sustainability and also reduce the cost because the bacteria can produce it continuously. So for the plants, we need to extract, and there is some of a long process, such as a chemical process, something like that, for the extraction.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Belakang. Yes.
For the customer segment, we use it at public, but the customer is the aquaculture and the farmers.
Aquaculture. Specifically prawn farmers ke, tilapia farmers ke? Both. Okay. All right.
And then for the main point, the main three is the public image for the branding.
Apa dia?
Public image for the branding.
The one pinpoint is public image. Okay, continue.
Contohnya bila using some water treatment, kalau katakanlah dia hasilkan byproduct yang harmful for the next in the future, so akan mengganggu for the branding. Then the next one is for the sustainability in terms of usage and also the visitor. We want to ensure if we are using the higher MOI for the certain formulation, it's still safe for the future.
Okay.
The third one is the types of contamination. For the existing problem is limited to the bacterial contamination. So we are trying to ensure it is focused on bioremediation, and after the treatment, the stage itself akan die.
I see. Okay, existing alternative?
So existing alternative is for the cost in terms of prevention, another one is for the treatment. Prevention contohnya kalau farmers for the contohnya food chain. So we prevent the rawatan alternative yang existing, right? Focusing on the treating food chain.
Treating the food chain.
Yes.
I see.
Contohnya macam terminate, so bila dia bagi treatment, dia terminate everything. So they have to start all over again.
Oh, I see. So kaedah yang digunakan sekarang dia bunuh semua. I see. Okay, alright. Anything else? I see. Ornamental fish. Oh, okay, alright. Okay, alright. Thank you. Now, this is gonna be a bit of a shocker. Maybe pihak industri tahu kot. Companies, they don't care. So some of you are B2B, some of you are B2C. B2B lah I'm referring to, and business to business. Kalau you all nak menjual kepada companies, please, companies, they don't care about being green. They don't care about the environment. They don't care about being sustainable. Sorry to say this lah. I know you all researchers, I mean even from me perspective, kalau kita nak come up with a solution yang sustainable, yang good for the environment, good for the akhirat and all that, right? But companies, they don't care. They don't care about that. And if you, because I don't want you to waste your time to think that, okay, Mr. ICI, Mr. Nestle, whatever lah, big companies, your pain point is you want to be green. Don't waste your time with that. That is not their pain point. Okay, that is not a pain point. Yes, they have sustainability department. Yeah, I was part of the sustainability department team dekat TNB. Yes, we have projects to do that, but that is the last thing that they want to do. So I'm not saying don't test it, but there are other important assumptions that you need to test, and that will be the last assumption that you should test. Okay, tak apa. Okay, next person.
Okay, for the customer segment, so generally as a public, but we are focusing towards the traveller, the mobility company.
Apa company?
Mobility company.
Mobility company.
Yeah, transport.
Okay, transport company. Alright.
And last one, the construction industry.
Okay.
So for the pre-import customer, first is the limited installation service, and second, the weight mobility constraint or poor durability, and third is the high cost performance.
Okay.
So existing alternative, currently they're mostly in the market is the rigid silicon solar panel, which is mainstream dominant, and the second thin film solar, and third is the grid electricity or other energy resource.
Right. Of course, thank you very much, Dudo. Daripada perbahasan atau what she explained, we can begin to think, understand what space she in and what solution she might have in mind. And please, as you all mention all this, there's no right and wrong to it. It's just that what you assume, and my job is to come as close as possible to what I might think your target market would understand and feel right, rather than you waste your time and so far away from it. Faham? Even that I might be wrong. Please, I like I said, I do not know 100%, but as much as I can, just like any other coach atau atau mentors that you're going to approach or bercakap in the future, right? They are not 100% correct. Some of them might be totally off, but you still have to dengar dia punya pendapat and see whether tak kena Muhammad ni cakap, betul rapat. It sounds like it's close to the understanding of the target market. But you, at the end of the day, it's your choice whether to accept my punya feedback and to test it, or to use your andaian and to test it, because I don't want you to waste your time to test your andaian when your andaian is so far off. You faham? Right? And that's the idea. Okay, anybody else? Tak ada? Tak nak cakap? CEO? Okay, please stand up. Your two. and then we can call it, I'm going to go through this, and then the Miro punya registration, and then I think we call it a day lah. Okay, please.
Our team project is FarmerBot, an AI farm advisor, which customer segment is Malaysian smallholder farmers, agricultural cooperatives, and some older farmers and younger generation of farming families. So basically, the pain point is there is some language and context barrier between the older generation and the nowadays generation. So by using the AI editing, which have heavily many English based, which they didn't understand from the older generation of the farmers. So this is one of the pain point. We try to use it like bilingual AI farm advisor. So secondly, like the farmers may be lack of accessibility to these own details, like they hard to understand to use the complex digital models nowadays, like others, and maybe we try to come up with the easy ways use of the AI models. And the lastly is the lack of immediate expert advice. Like from the rural areas, they try to approach with someone with approach with expertise. They need to like go to some like meet some officers or some associations to get some more valuable advice. Then so our AI farm advisor, they can straightforward ask in that app. Then
Well, are you talking about the problem or are you talking about the solution already?
I try to figure out the solution.
Okay, you're trying to figure out. Okay, what is the pain point?
Language barrier, accessibility for older demographics, and lastly is lack of immediate advice.
What is the existing alternative?
Online. Just now I mentioned that they need to meet someone like supervisor officer that is
Right.
far from the rural place.
Okay.
So they may need to wait, many queue up and need to
meet others lah.
travel long
They meet other people. Okay, all right. That's fine. Sit down. I had to stop you there, or not you will never go back home. All right. I know it's a simple exercise, but the whole idea for today is I need to shift some mindsets. I already shifted one mindset that you all punya andaian pasal the pain point likely salah, because you all go about, which is fine, I'm okay with that. But I need you to understand the mindset shift is that the pain point is easier to find the pain point atau the challenges from the existing alternative kaedah yang mereka gunakan sekarang. Itu satu. And number two, talking about the pain point, you have to find, I have so many graphs that I want to show, but I don't think so I can show everything today. Just imagine, you need to find a customers, there are dua concepts. Satu konsep is that find a customer who wants painkillers rather than vitamins. Because with vitamins, they need vitamin in order to solve they need painkillers in order to solve their problem. If they require vitamins, they can skip your solution as a untuk menyelesaikan masalah dia. Meaning that find customers who have pain points so severe and they need painkillers to stop their pain point. Don't find customers their pain point tak tinggi sangat, as if they can take vitamins boleh skip. Faham Itu konsep satu. Konsep dua, talking about pain point, just imagine you need to find customers with their hair on fire crossing the road. They need to find you to stop their hair on fire. Jangan cari somebody crossing the road with their hair not on fire. It's hard to sell. Okay? Okay, that's one concept. Okay, of course we're going to brainstorm. The other concept is this. Can I do this? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Oh my God. Jeffrey Moore. Jeffrey Moore, alamak salah. Do this first. Google, sorry, I have to look at this. GEOFFREY MOORE. Alright. Another concept that I need to technology diffusion there. Alamak. Bawah there. Alright. I'm going to repeat this concept many times until you muntah, okay? But this is the first part lah. Boleh nampak dia ada gap, ada jurang di sini, ada chasm, they call it a chasm. Let me start with the story. And please remember, I hope I don't have to repeat this story. 1970s, Everett Rogers, I did extensive homework study many months, many years ago. Everett Rogers did a study of corn farmers dekat Iowa kat USA. Everett Rogers 1970, late 60s lah. Dia kata there's a lot of corn farmers kat US ya. Siapa antara mereka ni pakai fertilizer yang canggih, baru, dan fertilizer yang lama. Jenama yang lama lah 10 tahun punya jenama fertilizer, right? And he discovered kebanyakan farmers dekat Iowa ni, dekat USA ni, kat US, they most of them pakai jenama yang dah lama, 10 tahun punya jenama lah. And most of them, you know this curve? It's like ngangguk. Tak ada, okay. Alright. Most of them pakai jenama yang sedia ada, yang lama. Most of them are they call it early majority lah. Ada juga, according to Everett Rogers, dia punya study publication dia, ada juga yang pakai jenama fertilizer yang baru tapi tak ramai. They are called innovators and early adopters. Samalah macam kita. The latest iPhone 17. Siapa pakai iPhone 17? Tak ada. Tak berani nak cakap. Saya pakai iPhone 12, 13. I don't know what am I using, right? So, kebanyakan kita kat sini lah. Betul? Jenama yang brand atau whatever you want to call it, yang tu. Ada juga yang, tapi tak ramai lah. Tak ramai, okay? Itu Everett Rogers punya study. Then, Jeffrey Moore, he came up with a book. And dia kata, okay, itu Everett Rogers punya publication. Now, I nak study pasal teknologi electronics, iPad, iPhone, TV and all that lah. Dia kata sama juga dia punya publication. Kebanyakan kita atau even B2B yang pakai teknologi yang canggih, kebanyakan pakai jenama yang established. Kat sinilah, based on the bell curve, right? Tapi tak ramai yang pakai kat sini. Tak ramai pakai yang jenama baru atau teknologi baru, tak ramai. Just like you all researchers, you come up with a patent, you come up with research, you tunjuk kepada innovators first, you tunjuk pada researcher dulu. Betul kat sini? Samalah. Itu Jeffrey Moore punya publication, Crossing the Chasm. You boleh baca buku. Okay. But his publication also said, he discovered ada jurang, ada gap ni. Most technologies, and maybe you can tell me later, which technology atau which device yang you pernah dengar sekarang is no longer, tak ada lagi dah kat market. Dia kata there are a lot of technologies yang terbengkalai, cannot make this jump. Daripada tunjuk kat sikit orang, kebanyakan orang at the end tak pakai. This is called the crossing the chasm lah, longkang ni. I call it longkang. So you are currently, most of you, adalah si orang pakai. Tapi now you want to meletup, nak jadi unicorn, so the investable, nak ramai orang pakai satu dunia. Betul? How are we going to make this jump? So this is the 6 months that we're going to establish how for you all to be investable. Okay? So, ada teknik dia. I call it, I term it as beating the drum of the early innovators, and you highlighting the experience and the discovery of the early innovators so that early majority akan terikut. Okay, apa maksud dia? In simple layman terms, you interview, you video log or video recording or whatever, you blog pasal the early adopters who have tested your product, because they are the ciri-ciri innovators. Ciri-ciri early adopters is they are innovators. They like to discover new things. Those who have ciri-ciri innovators, they like to tell other people. You need to interview them. When you do marketing, when you do your social media, you don't talk about your product. You highlight the early adopters. Interview them. They can be influencers, whatever lah. Or you can be influencers, but you interviewing them. You write the blog, you post kat social media, or whatever that itu. Then orang kat sini akan terikut. That is where you cross the chasm. And for the next 10 years, you're going to do that. You are not going to talk about your solution. You are not directly going to talk about your product. You are continuously going to interview early adopters. Itu teknik dia to jump the chasm. So there are two primary in the go-to-market strategy. There are one main strategy, which is the primary market, primary channel. I call it primary channel, and there is a secondary channel. Your social media will be the secondary channel, but the primary channel will be the go-to-market business strategy. We'll talk about that later on, many months to come, and that's how the chasm. So this is satu minda mindset shift that you need to have, and I will highlight this graph, and hopefully bulan kedua I don't have to repeat it. I'm going to ask you, what did I say about this graph, and you have to tell me how to make that jump. Okay. Another mindset shift. I wanted to show something as well. This one. Lama masalah dia. Ada soalan pasal tu? Tak ada. Where is my PDF? Is it my PDF here? Here. No. What's my PDF? Here. So, let's try this. Control F. Not innovation trinity. Stages. Ada kat graph dia. There. Kecil sangat. Zoom out, zoom in. Zoom out. Alamak, kecil sangat. Macam nak besarkan. Tak nampak. Do I have another graph similar to that? Wait, tak apalah. I wanted to show the stages of the market validation, so that you understand it better in terms of what you should expect. Okay. What you should expect in terms of for the next 6 months. That's important. Tak apa. I don't want to open the slide because is it here? Okay, this one. Tak apa. I think this is a bit too far gap. It's okay lah. Alright, tak apa. Alright. Siapa tadi tak boleh masuk invitation kan? Okay, let's see whether I can fix that quickly. Ada nak bertanya apa-apa? Soalan? Anyone? Pasal the program, I don't want to go too deep into market validation for now. The module. Because what do you call that? Let me undo this. Okay, boleh. This again, start up. PWD. Okay. Izaidah, Fikri, ada email address dia orang tak on the list? Share? Dalam WhatsApp boleh? Please. Let me invite dalam Miro terus. Tadi tengok lagi sekali the window tadi yang kata invite startup tak ada tadi macam mana? Startup, go down, team. Oh sorry, go to profile. Okay, enter your startup name. Tak boleh team. No, go to profile again. Go down, tak boleh tak boleh enter startup name. And you're not the owner. Right. Okay. Fikri dengan Izaidah belum tunjuk jadual tadi kan pada mereka Belum Okay. Saya tunjuk dah sekarang. Okay, just want to show everybody this is the jadual that we have, and pihak pusat inovasi nanti akan email, and you all boleh nampak ke bawah pula. Kenapa dia? Macam mana ni? Terpotong. Keluar tak? Okey dah. Boleh nampak saya cuba zoom in ya. Oh, maybe buka Microsoft Word kot. Mana mouse? Okey dah, mouse. Okey. Buka Microsoft Word. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Kadang nampak macam apa tu? Nampak macam mana Microsoft Word? Okey dah. Keluar tak? Tak keluar pula. Ini tadi WhatsApp. Mana ni? Mana bukan? Ini dia. Astaghfirullahalazim. Okey dah. Okey. So we are number 1 here. Mana mouse? Okey. Boleh nak zoom sikit. Tak apalah, kita tengok atas dulu. So setiap Rabu setiap Rabu. Ini Rabu, April Fool. Physical class 8 malam, 7.45 selalu kita start 8 lah. InsyaAllah kita cuba start 7.45 lepas maghrib. Kadang maghrib 7.30 kan baru nak solat kan, so maybe start 8 lah kot. At least tak tergesa-gesa. And then we are hoping sekali dalam sebulan ada physical, right? Kenapa pihak Izaidah dengan Fikri buat macam gini pula nombor 8 dan 9? Sebab sepatutnya selepas 13 buat 18, tapi 18 tu hari haji, betul kan? Sorry, 27 tu hari haji, tapi kita buat 20 gitu. Betul lah. Buat hari haji 20 public holiday, so kita kedepankan 20 Mei. Macam itulah. So maksud dia dari kalau 20 Mei saya haji, 18 Mei 20 sepatutnya online. This is still on lah kan? Nombor 8 still on. Tapi sepatutnya kita buat physical. Kan buat physical untuk 20 hari bulan. Tapi kita tangguhkan kepada 27 Mei gitu.
Yang minggu 18 dengan 20 tu satu minggu ada 2 kelas.
8 dengan 20 satu minggu tu ada 2 kelas lah. Alright. So and then this is all sama juga dengan ni, is a public holiday. So kita sepatutnya 17 kan? Sepatutnya 17, kita buat 15 online. Okay. So if we go down sampailah 24 kelas, right? And then demo day 25, of course selepas 9 September lah. Kita belum decide the date, but we try to do as soon as possible selepas 9 September, sebab demo day tak semestinya you dah buka company. Boleh jadi you buka company sebulan 2 bulan selepas tu, atau ini and then we want to reach kalau boleh kita nak buka company bila you ada investors, bulan buat 10, bulan ke-11, but still within dia punya commercialization punya KPI lah kan. I'm sure Izaidah, you ada kalender Google kan? Ada, nanti we'll share. Kita masukkan, and then we will invite you all so that you all book your calendar lah. Okay. Ada nak bertanya pasal ni? Kind of straightforward, right? And we will try to adhere to it lah. Okay. Apa nak tunjuk tadi? Ni. Email address. Ada? Ya. Hmm. Right. Yes. So okay, this is the email address. Let me bring it here first so I can invite. Saya ambil yang pertama dulu, Dr. ni Prof Fatimah, is it? Ya, ni apa? Let's say no lah. I do this one first. Miro. No, Miro here. Better. There. Let me bring it here first. I will invite. Kita cohort berapa ya? Create new. Wait, what is it? Spaces. Accelerate. Board. Okey, nanti saya akan invite macam ni. Okey, I will invite all of you one by one, including the researcher, and then you will check your inbox. Siapa punya Fatimah ni? Not yours, anybody. Then we let's try invite somebody else. Mana ni? Miro. There. Okay. Okay. Nurul, siapa? Okay. Cik Nurul, saya invite Cik Nurul dulu, and then we'll see how does this work. Then mana ni? Mana ni? Mana WhatsApp? Miro. There. Okay, edit, send invitation. Okay, what? Add team. Okay, saya tunjuk dulu cohort 3 So for what we're going to do is keluar tak? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ni yang detail. Okay, cohort apa ni? Okay, right. So now let's see. Okay, nampak ni Miro saya. So this is, I just want to introduce to you so that you nanti bila online nanti you dah familiar, well at least you're aware of it lah. Kita akan brainstorm using Miro, okay, Miro.com, tapi I have to invite you all lah. So this is a brainstorming daripada cohort 2. So this all the brainstorming punya classes lah. So for example lean canvas tu ya. So lean canvas tu nanti kita brainstorm macam gini. Ni semua dia punya brainstorming punya lah, kan? Dia punya brainstorming ni what AdStamp, serious gamers, apa dia startup ni tak ada. Okay, this is what GCNT Sdn Bhd. Ni apa ni? Oh ni another UPM punya. I should have opened your InnoAccelerate. Mana InnoAccelerate? Tadi InnoAccelerate. Ni kot. Okay, ni cohort 2 kot. Cohort 1 tak tahu. Let's see. Hopefully nothing that yang you terperanjat lah. So this is I don't know what. Ni InnoAccelerate cohort 2 lah. UKM punya researcher. Ni so kita brainstorm macam ni. So you all going to brainstorm, right? For example, ni Perfect Go Dr. Fifi baru berbual dengan Dr. Fifi 2-3 hari lepas. So you going to brainstorm, take a screenshot, upload dekat, nanti saya tunjuk lah. Upload dekat mana tadi? For example here, go to my startup, mana cohort, tekan cohort, message modules. Nanti you kalau say kat sini, you upload ni brainstorming, you upload kat sini nantilah one of the things. So I just want to show this first. So this is how kita brainstorm nanti. For example, ni lah semua all the work of the brainstorming. Dia berapa okay dah berapa dah okay berapa bulan punya brainstorming, banyak lagi ni, besar ni dah nampak dia betul all that lah kan. Okay, this is we gonna Biro, tapi I will invite you first nanti bila come kelas minggu depan online. So we gonna start brainstorming for all the 24 classes, and then but you watch the video first. This is how you go about in brainstorming. Tadi siapa tadi saya invite? Nurul siapa? Tengok email ada tak? So I think this one good. Dah. Okay, gua nak invite sekarang. Ada. Okay, cuba masuk. So for example, I should this one my template. I will dump the brainstorming template dulu. Where's my brainstorming template? Okay, the not brainstorming, lean canvas template. This is the lean canvas template. I will copy this. I will undo. Ctrl Z. Okay. Copy. Okay. Zoom out. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. There. Paste. Cik Nurul ada masuk? Dah masuk Miro? Oh, tak ada laptop Okay. There. She's already there. Muka dia ni. Betul? I don't know where's your mouse lah. Okay. Where's your mouse? Tak ada. You nampak di screen? Cuba move, click one to one of these two. Maybe I tak highlight. Show cursor there. You can see my cursor? Yeah. Mana dia? Oh wait, bring it to me. There. Tak ada. Dia tak ada cursor je. But anyway, so this is how we going to go about lah. So there you Fikri dengan Izaidah dah familiar. There will be a lot of people in your cursor around here, but I cannot see. Maybe she's using a handphone kot. Cuba Cik Nurul click to one of this button here. But anyway, so this is how we're going to brainstorm. So you're going to put your post notes. For example, here, let's say you put satu post note ni, this post note, and you put it here, right? Of course, kena zoom in. So tulislah apa-apa yang tadi pain point ke whatever customer segment, kan? Ke situ. Of course, make it kecil sikit lah, right? Like that. Okay. Nanti again, once you have some of you don't have a laptop, there are the several tricks lah nak pakai, macam mana nak zoom in, macam mana nak zoom out, macam mana nak paste all the text. I will teach you nanti kat online class. Alright, so just make sure that you have your computer, your laptop. Kita nanti brainstorming, of course we do it remote. Selalu pakai Zoom saya kan, pakai Zoom. Nanti saya bagi link, selalunya pihak sekretariat akan bagi link satu hari, 2 hari sebelum kelas, and then usually it's the same link lah, and we will record it. The format is like this: you watch the video sebelum kelas, what is the concept and theory, and then masuk online session, saya akan buat brainstorming of that particular concept and idea, and you will watch, and if you have questions, you bertanya, Cik Zakir buat macam gini tadi, macam gini, still tak faham. Okay, the idea is I will show you how to brainstorm, and then we will close the class. The recording tu, you nak buka balik, is up to you bila you brainstorm on your own. Kita tak brainstorm all together, nanti gonna take hours and hours tak habis, you know. So it's good that all of you sebagai team brainstorm selepas kelas. Okay, for example, dah 1 jam setengah dah habis, atau 2 jam dah habis, sejam setengah dah habis. The next half an hour, you all as a team, walaupun CEO kat rumah dia, researcher kat rumah dia, masih dalam Zoom ni, brainstorm.